You're listening to the Awkward Hi-5 podcast. You can follow along in your book. You'll know it's time to turn the page when you hear the chimes ring like this.
I don't get it, Coach. What's their problem?
Let me give you a little advice. There's 3 rules that I live by. Never get less than 12 hours sleep. Never play cards with a guy who's got the same first name as a city. And never go near a lady who's got a tattoo of a dagger on her body. Now, you stick with that. Everything else is cream cheese.
Hey guys.
You want to bring us in?
What?
You want to bring us in?
Oh, I'm not singing. Rosa condos and birds as helicopters. I had a headache when you left. I'm feeling better today.
You sound better today.
Thanks.
You're moving.
It's closer to Christmas. Dean's here.
Hi. Welcome to the Awkward Hi-5 podcast. My name is Devin. That's your cue to say you're Richard. Richard.
I'm Richard.
And sitting in with us today is Dean. Say hi, Dean.
Well, hello.
Dean's mic. Your mic might be a little low, but it's the best I could do with it.
I'll get extremely close.
For anybody listening at home who doesn't know Dean, he is my blood. He's my brother.
One love.
He's. I got both of my brothers in this room right now. And you are visiting from North Carolina, and we're hanging out, and so I said, come on in and talk on the microphone.
Honored I am.
Yes, you're the first official guest on the Awkward Hi-5 podcast.
I'm so glad you're the first guest. Makes it so much better.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So, do you know... Let's bring this thing down here.
We should just play that through the whole entire show.
I think the loop only goes for like 4 minutes or something like that.
I would definitely go mad.
I would just keep dancing, swaying.
It is a groove. Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my horn there. So I wanted to start the show not a somber note, but in remembrance of. Do you know who 11 years ago? I can't believe it's 11 years ago. But I know you know. So
that would be what, 2004?
2004.
Okay.
11 years ago, this day, we lost a music. I'm going to call him a music icon. Some other people might not think that way. Do you want to?
I can't think of it.
You want to play 20 questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you play. That's how you have to ask me.
Oh, I asked you the question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I already told you.
What was it? A musician?
Yes, a music icon is normally a musician.
Oh, I didn't know you said music icon.
Almost always.
All right. Damn, can we scratch that then?
Nope. That's
Damn,
one.
I didn't know you said music icon. All right.
Pay attention.
Did he play guitar?
He did not. That's 2.
Was he only a vocalist?
Yes. I'm going to say yes. He didn't play any instruments. His instrument was his voice.
Was he a performer, as in did he stand up on stage and dance, or was he more of a sit-down kind of guy?
He stood up on stage and danced. I've definitely seen him dance before.
That was a good question.
Because I was thinking somebody, and then I was like, 2004 might be too late.
Who sits down without
Because that was my way of asking you if he played piano without actually saying that.
I just told you he didn't play an instrument. His only instrument is his voice.
Oh, right.
Pay attention.
Damn, wasting questions. What are we up to now?
I don't know. I'm going to say
like
17.
5?
No,
Really?
yeah, no, it's like 5. You know, it doesn't really matter. We're just doing this.
I
for
know,
effect.
but I want to get this shit.
I know. That's why I'm letting you get it. I got the clapping sound effect all lined up and ready to go. I hope you hit it.
Did he have long hair?
No, he did not have long hair. Did take your time there.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Was it an early punk rock band?
No.
Oh. What?
Not punk rock.
Who the hell died?
11 years ago.
I was thinking Joe Strummer.
No, even though I think Strummer was around that same time, but it wasn't Strummer. No, you're thinking in a total wrong direction.
Wrong genre. You
wrong
saying?
genre. Yeah. If it's not punk rock, what?
At first I was thinking Freddie Mercury. That's
no, Freddie Mercury died.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it was way too early. And then that led me to Joe Strummer.
Nope. You're thinking in the wrong musical genre.
Okay, that helps. What are we up to? Like 7 or 8?
Yeah, whatever. Just ask questions.
Yeah, no, but I want.
I'll pull it in if it gets too close.
Damn.
You're really bad at 20 questions.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to nail it. All right.
We have 20 questions.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the game. 20
questions. Did he have facial hair?
Sometimes, yeah, he had facial hair. That there's more important things about his appearance that you could be asking. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to throw this out there, but if it was me, I'd be asking if he was white or black.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where you ask if he's white or black.
Oh, okay. Is he white or black?
He's black.
See, that changes the whole outlook.
That might give you a little bit more indication of what genre we're talking about.
Now everyone's going to commit crimes around me because they know I'll be with the sketch artist like, he had ears.
Yeah, but if you had a right sketch artist, you said they have the ears, and all of a sudden they'd be like, was it this? And you're like, damn. Like, how are they so good at that?
Come
on. No dead air. No dead air.
All right. Yeah, all right. He stood up. He sang. He's black.
I never said he sang.
Died.
All I said was his voice was his instrument.
What?
Well, I guess he did sing sometimes.
Yeah, he tried.
Yeah.
You know who it is, too?
Yeah, of course I know it. Because I'm alive in this day and age.
Oh, my God. His voice was his instrument. What was it, Michael Winslow?
No.
Dude, go like...
Zing.
We got the bleeps and the creeps and the beats.
What?
A little less mainstream.
I don't know, dude. His group. All right, I'll give up this one. He was part of a group. He also did his own solo work, but he was also part of a group.
You could say it was a clan.
And I would say it's a clan. And also I wouldn't call that not mainstream. I mean, they're about as mainstream in their genre of music.
Though.
No, at that time.
Are you talking to ODB? All right. My God, I can't believe it took me that
I can't believe I had to say clan.
11 years ago today, the ODB died.
I wish we had a song to honor him.
I know. I was looking at him. I was actually listening to his freestyles today in remembrance.
Oh, God.
And I was thinking about opening the show with one of them, but I was like, these are all like so non-coherent. You know what I mean? There's the one where there's the first. You know what I mean? There's one though that I think he did on Hot 97 where he just takes like you could tell that he's fucked up and you could tell that he has nothing, right? So they like threw like Funkmaster Flex or whoever threw out like you're gonna freestyle and it like he for like 2 minutes he's just like, oh, it's the old dirty bastard. And he like you're like, okay, he's getting his thoughts together, but he gets his thoughts together for like 2 or 3 minutes. The funniest shit ever. Yeah, that dude was a genius, and when the day that he died hurt a lot, and still 11 years later, it hurts.
I know. You got to check out on the UMTV Raps. They let him freestyle at the end.
I watched
annihilated.
it today. I watched it
when
today.
he jumps on the fence.
Yeah.
He's like, "We're jumping down a tree."
There was also one where he's like, it looks like he's on like a public access show. You know what it looks like? He looks like he's on Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis. You know how that set looks? But it's not that. It's like it looks like he's on some some community college access show, and it's him and it's this other black dude. I don't know
hoodie over half his face,
and the white dorky host asks him to freestyle, and he just gets up and he just starts screaming the N-word like there's no tomorrow. And you even see the guy like, oh, holy shit,
he is the man.
Yeah. Anyway, it's and I was thinking about this today. Is how so we're a bunch of white dudes from the suburbs, you know what I mean? And how did this grimy ass black dude from Staten Island or
it's entertaining.
But I look at him the same way as I look at I don't know, Kurt Cobain or somebody like that. Like he's up there with that where it's like that hurts that dude passed away. And another weird thing is that he died. I believe he was just about to turn 36 or just turned 36 years old, which means that we are now almost the same age as the fucking big baby Jesus.
Yo, that man went through some shit, bro. Because when I was searching that crime between the RZA and Raekwon, the RZA and Raekwon ordered the murder of that dude who robbed the RZA. So
Did you hear about
RZA's cousin.
Yes.
Yeah, he robbed his cousin, so he sent a bunch of dudes to kill him. Dude was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
So they went to go kill him. And now it's being re-brought up. So I looked it up. You know what I mean? I'm reading about it. So there's like a little excerpt of that, and then pages of shit the ODB did.
Oh yeah,
dude got shot 100 times.
Yeah.
He killed 1,000 people. He's just the craziest dude. One dude woke him up sitting on top of him, robbing his jewelry off of him, and he woke up and got shot in the back. still living in the projects.
My favorite thing about ODB is after Wu-Tang blew up and they were all making money, and then he came out with that solo album and was making a ton of money. I mean, remember when that solo album came out? You could not turn on any hip hop station, not hear
Baby, I Got You Money.
Or Baby, I Like It Raw. Either one of those was on.
Well, those are two different albums, though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. But Baby, I Got Your Money.
I still like Return to the 36.
Was on all the time, and then I remember him doing an interview during that time, and he had like the fucking grill going, and he was all nasty and shit. And they're like, "What do you think about all this money?" He's like, "I'm still on welfare." Like he was like,
rolls up in the limbo to get food stamps.
Yeah.
I got my 12 kids with me. Gets food stamps and gets back in the limo wearing alligator shoes.
It was he was the best, man. He was the best. 11 years. I cannot believe we're so old. Old Dirty Bastard has been dead for 11
remember,
years.
Now we're telling ODB stories, but I remember one of the VMAs he did. Remember Ghetto Superstar? Remember
I love that song.
His whole version of that song was
So and even at the end, they just looped that over it. Like they're singing, you just hear whoa.
It was a performance on MTV. He came out to the edge of the stage, hoodie over half his face, like all he sees the grill jewelry, but like big baggy ass clothes. And he's standing at the edge of the stage, and of course he's kicking his magical verse of whoa, So they're like, some dude, the producer dude, comes and pulls him back. Because like,
I know what you're gonna
pyrotechnics went off, right?
Yeah. He almost got blown up. Yeah,
would have been standing in the fire. Oh,
yeah. Who was that? That was him.
Mariah Carey.
No, Maya and who's the other? It wasn't Capadonna.
It was Pras.
Pras. Yeah. That was a good ass song. Dean,
I remember the song. I don't remember seeing the fireworks.
No, it's fucking funny.
Watch it.
It was like what, 2001, maybe 2000.
That song was for that movie Bullworth, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
where Dick Tracy is like
wants to be a
rapper or something.
Yeah, he wants to be president, but he wants to be down with the brothers.
I don't think I ever even actually watched the movie, but that song is fucking amazing. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about ODB. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
There was a bit I was doing on Facebook for a long time where
about the ODB.
Well, my whole thing was, and I don't know if it's funny or not. It's probably more annoying than funny, but whenever somebody died that everybody was like up in arms about, you know how like. So this is a fucking phenomenon that kills me, but the celebrity death and then people wanting to announce the celebrity death on social media, like they want to be the first person to say it, so then everybody says it, that kind of thing, to the point where I've actually seen people say that people are dead before on social media and then they haven't been dead. Like they're so
that
excited.
Happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like Jackie Chan gets that every week.
Yeah, there's always somebody like, oh, rest in peace, and then you find out that it's fake, but people are so want to be the person to break that story,
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
So if a celebrity dies,
and
you
who posted on Facebook?
Anybody on Facebook. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so anybody could post like Brad Pitt.
Like for instance, the night that Michael Jackson died, Facebook was just everything was like, all the way down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody knew at a certain point that Michael Jackson was dead, but still people were just writing like all this stuff.
Yeah.
So whenever that happens, my joke, if you want to call it that, is I always write a little piece. Like, so let's take Michael Jackson for instance. When he died, I probably would have wrote, you were a superstar. You danced your way into my life. I'll never forget the songs that you wrote. Rest in peace, old dirty bastard. You see what I'm saying? And then whoever died, I always wrote something about them, but then it always went back that I was saying rest in peace and old dirty bastard. Because my whole bit was that there's been no celebrity death, nor will there ever be another celebrity death that hurts as much as when old ODB died. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So
Old Dirty's Chinese food restaurant.
Mm-hmm. How many names did he had? Big Baby Jesus.
That's the best one. I mean, just the balls to call yourself Big Baby Jesus.
Wasn't there something with bananas in it or no?
I do not remember.
There was one weird ass one. Big Baby Jesus. Dirt McGirt.
Yeah,
Dirt McGirt. Yeah. That's a great one.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
What was with the Wu-Tang? They always had to have like 3 or 4 aliases.
Dude, they all did that.
ODB, BZA, Azon Unique, Osiris, The Specialist, Dirt McGirt, Big Baby Jesus, and Young Dirty.
I thought there was more.
Young Dirty's pretty good too.
Young Dirty's pretty good.
Yeah.
I went years and years ago. I'm going to guess this was 2006. Me and a few friends took a road trip to Chicago to go to this music festival that they're having. And in this music festival, it was one of these things where bands come out and they do their record from front to back. So we went and saw Sonic Youth do Daydream Nation, which was amazing.
That's pretty cool.
And then after Sonic Youth was, and this is the reason, these are the two reasons that we went, but I kind of went more for Sonic Youth. But afterwards, Jizza came out and did Liquid Swords.
Really?
From the beginning to the end.
It's fucking awesome.
But the coolest part about it was that at the end of that, they had, I think they had Capadonna and like one or two other guys jump on stage, and they did Baby I Like It Raw, and they kept going like, this is for ODB, this is for ODB.
Oh my God,
and I had
awesome.
I had just watched Sonic Youth play one of my favorite albums live, and it was cool. Like I dug it, whatever, it was fun. But when in listening to Liquid Swords. Listening to
I live by the sword and I open up my rap Bible.
Listening to Liquid Swords live was amazing, but when they came out and did that, a tear dropped my eye a little bit. I was like, oh man, it was a little too sensitive for me. I don't know.
The people dumping 40s all over the place.
I dumped a few 40s.
Yeah, of course. You have to.
Down my throat into my stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Wu-Tang, I don't know, man. They're awesome. Every single one of them is awesome in their own way. Like, I think the Wu-Tang is a great rap hip-hop.
The first time I listened to 36 Chambers, I was like, what? I don't get what people are into. Like, what? This is just madness,
it was kind of a acquired taste.
Yeah, I listened to it maybe 2-3 more times, and I was like, oh, yeah, like it was awesome.
I think the breakthrough to like allow you to like that album was METHOD, man.
Yeah.
Like once you heard that, then it was like, all right.
Yeah, because there was no hook throughout that whole record. Nothing to really like draw you in. It was kind of just people yelling.
Besides, my favorite on that record of all time will definitely be Do Do.
I remember the first time I listened to that record, and I wasn't too familiar with Wu-Tang at the time, and we were younger. I mean, what year did that come out?
Like 8th grade, freshman year. It was hot.
And
9-4.
And it was like almost like you needed fucking cliff notes because I didn't know who was who. Like it was like studying. You know what I mean?
Too many,
I'm listening to it, and I'm like, wait, who is that? Is that Raekwon? Like I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, and then you got changed his voice completely and like blew my tits off. I didn't know what was going on.
Anyway, I don't know. R.I.P. ODB, Young Dirty, Big Baby Jesus. Sucks.
Osiris.
I can't believe I know I just said it, but I cannot believe it's. I remember the night that he died. We were in a bar. I was with my buddy Mark, our friend Mark, and it came on the TV. And then we were just like screaming the whole night, buying shots and being like, "This is for dirty" or whatever. I can't believe that was 11 years ago. It feels like yesterday.
Poor ODB.
Yeah. Well, hey, he lived a life.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's crazy, like I said before, like when we were 20, so you know how they have that
He
thing.
lived a different life for every nickname he had. Tonight I'm going out as Osiris.
Well, I wish he was living the life of Big Baby Jesus right now, and he popped back up after 3 days.
Right.
I wish that happened.
He
Big
ascends.
ass stone. Yeah.
If there's anybody I could bring back from, well, I don't know, maybe Roy Orbison. After Roy Orbison, I would definitely bring fucking ODB
Big Baby
back from,
Jesus.
back from.
Yeah, just bring back Roy Orbison and call him Big Baby Jesus.
Nah, but I mean, Roy Orbison's amazing, but he can't flow like ODB.
And I'm sure
I don't know if Roy has the freestyle skills that.
Imagine that collaboration, those two on the mic. I'd buy that album.
Well, I'll tell you what though. I'll tell you what, Roy Orbison would just destroy, because here's the fucking thing about
They're
Roy.
like yelling back and forth. Roy Orbison's like, oh,
Yeah, that's
ODB's
exactly.
like, oh.
That's exactly. If there was an album of just Roy Orbison holding a note and then ODB trying to hold that note, I would never stop listening to that. That would be on
Comes in halfway.
That would be on every day. I would never listen to another album as long as I lived to be the greatest thing in the world. But that's what Roy Orbison did. That's what makes him the most amazing fucking singer of all time, and I know a lot of people don't agree with that.
Nah, he is, man. Didn't he have like one of those extra things that dangle in the back?
No,
of
he
your
could just
throat?
sing it a bunch of
He
different
had
octaves.
2 uvulas.
Yeah, those things. He had like an extra one.
I saw a guy, I'm sorry, the other
it's
day
okay.
grab his uvula and pull it out of his
Nope,
mouth.
nope, don't want to hear that. Nope.
That is the most disgusting thing.
What kind of shit are you watching? Was this
I
Faces
don't
of
know.
Death? That's worse than Faces of
Oh,
Death.
dude,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no,
my
feel
nose
that.
is about
It
to
was
start
so long
bleeding.
Throats
now.
of death, I think. It was terrible, dude. He grabbed it, literally went longer
How
than
do you
his
even
tongue.
get your fingers in there?
I'm gonna
How
throw
do
That's
up.
what I said. How do you figure
I'm gonna
out
throw
that you
up from
can
thinking
pull-
about that.
Right? Like how?
Disgusting.
Who is like, I'm gonna pull on my uvula? You know, people don't even know it's called a uvula for the most part. They're not gonna pull on it.
I thought it was called the epiglottis.
Man, that hurt. I'm
Will
like,
be. I call mine.
Dude,
older.
whatever it is, mine hurts like a motherfucker now from listening to that story. I'm scared.
Yeah.
that kind of knocked me back a little bit. I wiped some sweat off my forehead. Like I feel a little fucking tepid right now.
Yeah, there's some things you can't unsee, and that's one of them.
I don't want to
Disgusting.
see it.
That and docking.
Yeah, but now you'll think about it while you're sleeping.
Docking's funny.
I know, but it's one of those things you can't help but see it.
What I wanted to say about Roy Orbison is
Docking's funny.
if you if you listen to I believe it's Handle with Care.
Roy Orbison and ODB docking.
Well, you know who would be docking who in that one.
Yeah, definitely.
If you listen to the first song on that Traveling Wilburys album, I think it's Handle with Care. So the Traveling Wilburys, if you don't know, which I'm sure you guys do, but if the listening, people at home are listening, don't know who the Traveling Wilburys were, they were a super group, and it consisted of this: Tom Petty, George fucking Harrison, Bob Dylan.
I was just talking about this the other day.
And I always forget that other guy's name because he wasn't a giant name, but he was a great guitar player and producer and stuff. And then Roy Orbison, right?
Yeah.
And they sing that song, which happens to be one of my favorite songs. And Handle with Care. You know how it goes.
You put it on at every party.
Yeah, I put it on all the time. And so all these guys are singing, you got Petty's like, rah, 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 and you got Dylan's like, and George Harrison's doing his fucking thing. And then all of a sudden, the gates of heaven open, and you hear, oh, I'm so tired of being lonely. It is the greatest fucking thing. Like, and the dude just destroys. That's what makes Roy Orbison the greatest dude on the face of the planet. I don't know how we went from ODB to Roy Orbison, but
Two greats.
today is Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's special anymore. Like people get all like crazy about
Nothing
it, like
scary happens.
because it's Friday the 13th. But don't we get
just a
like
regular
4
day.
Friday the 13ths every year or something like that? It seems like
it's
there are a
Nothing,
lot.
Yeah.
because nothing scary happens. I bet you back in the 1800s it'd be Friday the 13th, and like there's like a dead cat at your doorstep, like like crazy shit would happen. You know what I mean?
I bet you there was just dead cats everywhere. in
That's
the
what I'm
1800s.
saying. Like you think it's scary, but it's just something that happened in the 1800s. Like there's gonna be dead shit places because it was the 1800s.
Well, where did Friday the 13th come from anyway?
I was
Is
just
it
about
just
to-
because it's 13? I mean,
I was just
I
about to
guess.
ask that.
that's a lucky number for me. I hit black 13 on roulette 3 times in a row once.
It does always come up. They're always like, "Don't roll that number." But
Yeah,
I've
fuck
always
you, I'm
seen
rolling
it come
that.
up.
Yeah, always.
seen it. Come up.
But wait, so Friday the 13th wasn't just from the movie? That was something before the movie?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be some type of like pagan ritual or some shit.
I don't know
right?
if that's true or not.
Really?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be.
Okay.
Don't you have a researchy box thing?
Oh, yeah. You mean
Yeah.
a cell phone or
Yeah,
an iPad? I
yeah.
do have one of those. I could look it up.
See?
Well, dude, I promise you that I did not. When I picked up my phone, I accidentally hit that bottle.
You
I
have
thought
your
you
own
threw it
sound
up like,
effects now. Every time you pick up the phone, a bottle rocket's gonna go up.
All right, I'll look it up, but you got to fill air now, so keep
All
talking.
right, so I was talking about Friday the 13th with somebody, and they said not every Friday the 13th was at Camp Crystal Lake. And I was like, yeah, well, that's where he lives. So I don't think like Jason's taking the bus to another town to start killing. You know what I mean? But I know there was those episodes with, Jason goes to Manhattan and Jason goes to outer space, which were totally retarded. But I'm talking about the ones where he's killing everybody.
Oh, but
were
wait,
on
yeah,
the camp.
no, but that's right. You know what? You brought this up before, and I was like, no, that there isn't any. But there, yeah, right. One of them takes place in a spaceship. The other one takes place in Manhattan.
But that doesn't count because those are
No, that counts. If somebody
Jason in
if
space.
somebody says to you, not every Friday the 13th movie takes place in Camp Crystal Lake, then Jason goes to Manhattan.
Yeah, but
Is that what it's called, or is that was
yeah,
the Muppets?
Jason goes to Manhattan,
It
and
was both
Jason
of them.
X was the one. where
Wait,
he,
so
like,
that's when Jason
they
went to
make him-
Manhattan. He didn't have any place to stay, so he slept in the lockers at the bus station, and then he met that.
I don't remember.
And then he met that nice waitress, and he was trying to put on that show with all his friends, all his furry animal friends. That's what that was, right?
What movie is that?
It's Muppets Take
Oh
Manhattan.
yeah,
Muppets, dude.
I was like, I know that plot.
Lenny, baby.
Yeah,
I got the jet double parked outside.
A lot of furry animal humans all over. the
Yeah, I was like, what movie has that? shit?
But
I had the big blue bird in the back.
Jason Takes Manhattan, or Jason Goes to Manhattan, or whatever the fuck that was called, has one of the best scenes in Friday the 13th history.
when he boxes that dude and punches his head off.
That's the greatest thing in the world. Because the boxer's like, it's like one of those things in a movie where it's like the guy gets his strength up and he's like, come on. And you think he's going to fuck Jason
and he's
up.
like air boxing in the corner like he's the man.
You know that Jason's going to kill this guy because it's too early in the film for Jason to get taken down. But you think that he might fuck Jason up a little bit and get away. Like maybe he'll hit him enough that Jason goes down and he can run or something like that. But this guy gets all his nerves up, starts plowing into Jason's mask, and Jason doesn't move at all. And then he finally stops because of fatigue. Jason hits him once and his head pops off.
And doesn't it land in a garbage can? That thing lands and he punches it right off his neck.
Dean, what's your favorite death of all time in Friday?
It's still, I mean, we've talked about this 100 times. It's Jason 6, where he folds a dude in half.
Yeah, you think you're flexible?
The sheriff. I mean, to fold somebody in half is incredible.
And isn't the sheriff like the second person he folds in half like that? Wasn't that like his move that time? He's going around just breaking legs.
Oh, yeah, it's the sheriff, and he folds him backwards, so his spine actually cracks the other way.
Cracks him.
He doesn't put him in a convenient yoga pose.
Small package. Bret Hart style.
Another great one is, what was that? 2 or 3 with the kid in the wheelchair gets the.
That was 2 when he has the bag mask with the one eye hole.
And the kid's up on the porch
one.
and he hits him in the head with the machete and then he fucking rolls.
Yeah,
back.
that's the only one that is scary. You could watch all the Friday 13th. You would definitely say that part 2 is the scariest. With the bag, with the one eye hole, he's rocking like those yellow dishwashing gloves.
That's where he gets the mask, where he kills that girl and he takes the.
He gets in the beginning of 3.
Oh, okay.
But in part 2, he's got the bag with the rope.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, the one eye hole.
Yeah, like the old Halloween creepy.
That's the fucked up one, and he's like running. He's not like a slow walker. He's like chasing dude through the woods.
What made him slow then? Maybe he just got tired of it.
Yeah, I don't get that.
His slow got sweet, and he'll just catch up to you real quick.
Once he had what was it? 6 is when he got the superpowers.
Yeah,
because
the lightning
bolt, right?
Bolt from hell.
Yeah, because 4. And I guess this is common knowledge.
We would always take pride in our Friday 13th knowledge of how the
So 1 obviously was his mother,
chronological order went.
and then he comes out at the end. 2 through 4.
2 bag
was right.
Yeah,
and
he
then
was
he gets
like
masked.
finding himself as a killer.
Right, and then
I mean,
the psychological
I'm sure
breakdown
that
of Voorhees.
and then
It's deeper than
He's
you
learning
think.
how to kill.
And then 3 and 4 was him terrorizing, and then at the end of 4 he dies.
He dies,
right.
by Feldman.
Feldman kills him.
Yeah.
And then, like a little bitch, too, he's like screaming, like
Gives himself the haircut.
Yeah.
He knew how to give the Jason. He takes out the fucking Paul Mitchell book. It's under the Jason.
And then, what would you like today? I'll take the Jason.
They just cut the fuck out of you.
just leave a little bit.
Where would you like your strands?
There's one tuft.
A tuft. All right, so and then fucking and then 5 isn't Jason.
Yeah.
5 is
Mimic.
is a
With a clean ass mask.
It's yeah.
He
That's how you
dresses
knew
up.
it wasn't him. It was like a
Yeah.
new mask, and then it ends up being a sheriff. And
Right.
then that one's heartbreaking because
I thought it ended up being like the retarded kid from town that ate too much chocolate.
no, the retarded kid from the town that ate too much chocolate gets the first kill of the movie. Remember?
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. And then it ends up being like the
I was
sheriff.
hoping it wasn't that
because
much.
because I think I don't know for sure, but I think what would happen was whoever ends up being Jason in that movie, his daughter or wife or somebody got killed by the actual Jason,
Okay,
and he's pissed,
okay.
so he's terrorizing.
Look-alike.
And that's when Corey Feldman's character is older and he's in like that mental institution.
Right.
Oh,
and he gets out in
right,
6,
yeah.
and he's the one that gives Jason the superpower.
Yeah.
Right, because he
yeah.
wants to make
Drives.
sure that he's dead, so he puts
digs his ass up with his buddy who's puking the whole entire time. Digs it up perfect so he can like open the coffin, lightning bolt to the chest. Jason's a superhero, fucking kill anybody.
What I don't get is he was like, I can't live with myself. I gotta make sure he's dead. I gotta make sure he's dead. They dig him up, they stick a pole in him, and he's like, all right. He just leaves and leaves the pole in there. Like, this is cool.
Put him in a wood chipper or something.
Yeah, right. Or-
Dynamite.
Yeah. Gonna give him special powers with a rod to the chest. Look what you
But
did.
that's not a very riveting movie. It's just
Yeah.
opening a coffin and re-killing a body.
How are we gonna bring Jason back? Lightning rod to the heart will do it.
It's inventive.
Well, it's not like Nightmare on Elm Street where that dog pisses fire or whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then
I would much rather be pissed as fire than got a rod to the chest.
is 6 was the one with the chick with the ESP or no?
Yes.
That was 6?
No, that was 7.
7.
Yeah.
Right.
6 was Tommy brings Jason back to life all fucked up.
And that was the sheriff.
Yeah,
Nothing much really
Yeah,
happened in that one.
that one's
was
called
just him killing people.
Yeah, that's Jason Lives. Remember, he comes back,
right.
and the chick tries to tie him up with the rock in the water,
Yeah.
to weigh him down
right.
underwater. So but then at the end they show the mask, and he's all like locked underwater, and the
Yeah.
eye opens up,
Yeah.
like dun dun dun.
And then
7, chick comes back with the powers.
she has the telekinesis.
Yeah. 8, Jason goes to Manhattan. Boo. And then I think there was like a slew of weird ones where other people tried to make them.
No, there wasn't. I think
No?
I think it was
Well, there was
8.
Jason in Space.
And then Jason in
yeah.
Space, which was
And
Jason
then
X.
Freddy
Yeah,
vs.
boo.
Jason.
No,
Freddy
no,
vs.
no,
Jason
no,
was
no,
good.
no. There was the one where they killed Jason and then everyone becomes Jason.
Oh.
The-
What was that
The
called?
black guy eats his heart and becomes
Yes,
Jason.
that was a really good one.
That wasn't
actually.
bad. Yeah.
That was that came out when we were in like middle school. What the hell was that called?
I don't know. And then Freddy vs. Jason.
Right.
Which
I liked Freddy vs. Jason.
I was about to say the
Ah,
same
me too.
fucking
Why?
thing.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing's
No,
wrong.
nothing. But it is kind of corny. Like,
Yeah,
you know
but
what I
how
mean?
the hell else?
It's corny
can you
that
do
there's
it?
pinball
Yeah.
noises when he's throwing them around. Like that's the corny
Yeah,
shit. in it.
yeah.
But it was still pretty well done for that shitty of a movie. And it was like I watched the whole thing like, oh shit, I can watch this. As opposed to the other ones where you can walk away and not pay attention to them because it's the same thing happening over and over again.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like Freddy threw a whole new thing into it.
Well, I just like the fact that the reason that it's Freddy versus Jason is Freddy's pissed that Jason's like killing his kills.
Oh,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like Jason just doesn't give. It's almost like they had a mutual agreement and Jason broke that agreement, and now instead of suing him, he's going to fight him to the death. You know what I
Instead
mean?
of taking him to court.
Like Freddy's showing up like, sweet, I can't wait to kill this chick, and Jason's already there with a machete. And he's like, God damn it!
Yeah. Well, because they were probably like sitting there writing it, like, all right, what do these guys care about the most? And they're like, well, killing shit. And they're like, all right, so they're stealing each other's killing shit.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It was a good movie.
Yeah. But yeah, Jason's, I like that order that it goes in, even though they throw in the corny Manhattan one and whatever.
Yeah, it kind of. I feel like 6.
They
is
did
kinda
well
the-
with the story, I think.
I think 6 is well. I guess if you're really gonna look at it, 1 through 4 is the actual shit.
Yeah.
and then everything else, you really didn't need to do anything.
Yeah,
After
5
that.
I didn't like, but 6 is good.
It's good, but
I think the quality of the film kind of shows it. When you watch those movies,
Makes it scarier,
the first
right?
6, they're not crisp. They're really like
Yeah, all fucked up
shitty
and
done. You can
scary.
tell it's
Yeah, I
on
like
film,
that.
and then
Part
everything
2,
went
man,
after
part
that.
2.
There was CGI in them,
Yeah,
and
sure.
there was more digital
Yeah.
stuff happening, and it just took you out of it. How clean it was.
Yeah.
And that's the way I feel about the Nightmare on Elm Streets too. Like Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy has become a cartoon character, and people
Yeah.
actually root for Freddy and
He's
everything
comedy.
like that.
Freddy's
yeah, right.
comedy,
And I could watch even like Dream Warriors or any of those later ones.
Mm-hmm.
I watch those, and I will root for Freddy. I'm like, yeah, Freddy, fuck these
Yeah,
people up.
yeah.
But Friday the 13th, it might have been the age that I saw it,
Part
and,
1?
and the fact that I saw it on like a VHS, and the fact that it was gritty and scary and shit. But Friday the 13th, I'm sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 still freaks me out. I
Dude,
still have a hard time
yes.
watching that movie.
When
I
he
feel
gets
like I'm
all
watching
big
it
in the alleyway, and he's like,
Yeah.
I am God.
Yeah.
fucked
It's
up.
scary. You feel like you're watching a snuff film. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's all like fucking grainy and weird and shit. It's like the same reason that The Exorcist is scary. Like The Exorcist, just the film that they filmed The Exorcist on is fucking scary, and that's why horror movies nowadays. I can't tell you the last time I've ever saw a horror movie that I actually thought was scary.
You feel like you're watching a Michael Bay movie.
Because they're all crisp
film,
because they're all done in digital and they use CGI.
Right.
If somebody wants to actually make a scary horror movie today, they need to go back and shoot it on tape. There actually,
absolutely.
there actually was one years ago, probably like less than 5 years ago, and I went and saw it in this like tiny film in tiny theater in the Village, and I had to drag my girlfriend at the time because she didn't like anything cool and fucking we went. It was called fuck, I wish I knew the name of it.
It was a horror movie?
It was a horror movie. It was about a babysitter who babysits at this place, and it ends up like it's like a cult place, and it was pretty fucking crazy.
That's fucked up. I like that.
Yeah, it was a cool ass movie. If I could think of the name, I'll tell you. But anyway, whoever shot that movie shot it on film, so it was actually kind of scary.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And especially watching it like at like midnight in the Village of Manhattan in this like tiny theater where there was only like a few people there. It was like very cool.
It makes a
Yeah.
big difference. The
Yeah,
quality
no
of the film
doubt.
makes a huge difference.
And I was just going to say, I'm kind of snobby with horror movies of today, too. You know what I mean? But when I saw the movies VHS...
I never watched.
I
it.
didn't watch.
You never saw that?
I saw the one where it's like there's a dead guy in the chair in the house,
Yes.
and they find all the tapes in the
Yes.
basement and stuff.
Yes.
Right? Yeah,
And-
I watched that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the stories themselves are scary. Like, they were a little wicked to me watching. I didn't like shit myself, but they were wicked. And but the thing that made it so creepy to me, like I'm not into like the Blair Witch Project or any of that. That's not my thing. I don't think that's scary. But the thing that like got me about VHS was how it was, camcorder POV.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
But
And
that's
like,
what that movie wasn't scary. It was the movies that they were watching in the movie. The
Right.
tapes that they were watching
Yes.
was scary.
Uh-huh.
And the anticipation of knowing that while they're sitting there
Wait,
watching
so it's
these
like The
tapes and
Ring?
shit's going down. No.
no way.
It was
so good. So
I forget like
all right, this is how it goes down. All right, it's kind of I don't know. I don't want to give it away, but anyway.
By the way, I just want to say I hope you guys at home are enjoying our Friday the 13th horror talk show.
Yeah, it's horror night. It's horror night. Scary out there. So anyway.
That's just because there's a group of teenagers in the corner and you're intimidated.
It's true. So these guys are like, they make these like fucked up cryptic films, you know what I mean? They're known for it. So they're hired by this other guy to go to this house and find this tape that supposedly has like all this fucked up shit on it. So they go to the house, dude's sitting there dead in a chair. Like the leader of the homeboys is like, fuck it, let's look through this house anyway. Let's got to find this tape. We're going to get some money. So they're looking through the house, and as they're looking through the house, fucked up shit's happened at the house. But that's not the scary part. The scary part is they're looking through these VHS tapes, and they find these tapes with these stories on them. One, I want you to see this. It's really fucked up. But like, one is a scary movie about these guys going to hang out at the bar, and they take this chick home. Things happen. You saw that one? That's the very first one?
Yeah.
That scared
Oh,
me.
so there's multiple movies?
Multiple little short stories.
He's going through.
They're going through
tapes,
these VHS tapes
these
that they're
stack of
trying to
VHS
find something
tapes, yeah.
specific, but they keep finding this cryptic shit. You know what I mean?
And
Okay,
of course,
yeah.
they all
Really
split
scary.
up. Like there's kids upstairs getting murdered.
Yeah, and things are happening at the house in
All right.
between these stories, but the stories themselves, they're all separate. They're all different things that they find, but each one, has its own flavor. They're amazing.
Okay.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're so fun. They're scary.
So they're like little vignettes, like short
yes,
stories?
exactly.
kinda?
Exactly.
So it's kind of like Creepshow or something like that?
Sort
in a way?
of. In a
But
way.
it ties in more with the main story.
It still wasn't good.
The short stories don't tie in with the main story.
No,
but
not at all.
It's that's what makes it opposite than Creepshow. But they find these on separate VHS tapes, but they're different stories.
Yeah.
So this house has a bunch of tapes of crazy shit. You know what I mean? That they're going through.
So let me say, okay, I'll watch that.
It's really good. I think it's good.
I'm really.
Scared. I know it takes a lot for me to get scared. I got a little freaked out.
It's good for
Got a little
now.
freaked out.
Yeah, it's good for now.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I love horror films, and I'm really trepidatious. Like, it takes a lot. I would have to have a lot of people come up to me and say that I trust their opinion on film,
To say that
and
this is a scary movie?
say you have to watch this, you'll like it. Until I would watch it, because every single time, I'm talking for the past 10 years, anytime anyone said watch this horror movie, it's good. I watched it, and I was like, this is fucking
Like
No,
what?
it's bad,
Like what?
Ouija and
'Cause
shit.
I
Like
can't
these
think of any.
pointless.
or like any. I don't know any of those new horror films.
Right.
Yeah.
The only I will say there was one of those new horror films that I believe you're talking about, and I didn't get scared, but I said to myself, this one is the best of the cheesy horror films that they come out with, and it was Sinister with Ethan Hawke. It wasn't.
Yeah, people said that.
It wasn't scary. It was just, oh, that's a good idea. That's kind of wicked. I'm not scared, but like, ooh, I like that story.
Like
You know what I mean?
that Paranormal Activity fucking film.
Yeah,
That's so stupid.
Yeah,
So
stupid.
dumb.
Stupid.
Like I know they were trying to go for the Blair Witch fucking angle,
Right,
you
which
know
is
what I mean?
stupid,
Yeah,
but that's
people
not how
believe
VHS is.
Right.
That's not how VHS is. But that shit is.
So okay, let me tell you my all right. First off,
Where did Friday the 13th come from?
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
thank you.
Voorhees,
The superstition
Voorhees.
surrounding this day may have arisen in the Middle Ages, originating from the story of Jesus' Last Supper and crucifixion, in which there were 13 individuals presented in the upper room on the 13th of the Nissan Maundy Thursday.
I thought you were saying Nissan Sentra. I pictured you
They're just cruising around with ODB.
Look,
yeah. Hot boxing with ODB.
Yeah.
if Jesus is rolling, he's not rolling in a Nissan. That motherfucker at least is rocking.
And maybe he likes to save gas.
Yeah.
The night before the death on Good Friday, while there is evidence on both Friday and the number 13 being considered unlucky, there is no record of the two items being referred to as especially unlucky in conjunction before the 19th century. So yeah, it comes from the Middle Ages.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be something freaky like that.
Now let me tell you my Blair Witch thing. So when the Blair Witch Project came out, remember the reason that movie became so popular was because of a marketing campaign, and that marketing campaign was they told everybody that was a true story.
Yeah, they,
So-
had
They
said
did?
They found these
No
tapes
way.
in the woods.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I mean,
yeah.
and that's the way. If you watch the movie, that's the way it plays out. But they actually marketed it that way, so a lot of people went to go see that movie thinking that it was an actual documentary. Now,
That's some good marketing.
Now, looking back on it, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, they even had the cast go on like one of the late night shows in their characters, and like say like, oh, you know, we're like blah blah blah.
We made a wrong left turn at Albuquerque.
Well, wait, that doesn't make sense. No, that couldn't happen because don't they all die? They all die.
Well,
you don't know if they all die.
Right, you just haven't seen the movie yet. Because all the commercials were, hey, these kids set out to make this film. They never came back. We ended up finding their tapes.
Right, that's what it was. So maybe it wasn't the cast, but it was somebody on there that was acting like. But here's the thing.
I think I know what
what I was going to say. That's special. Well, listen. So there was one of our friends who we don't really hang out with much anymore. He was like on this the whole time. He was going like, "Bro, you gotta watch this film. It's a real deal. It's fucking crazy." And I happened to have just watched
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and I had just watched on like TBS or something. They aired a special about the Blair Witch Project right before the movie came out. It was like a half-hour show. I don't think they advertised it. And it was the same thing. They were pushing it like saying like this is a real deal and everything. And at the end, I watched the show. At the end of the show, at the end of the credits, it says all characters are fictitious. If anything, blah blah blah. You know, like they have to do those disclaimers in movies. If any names are the same or something living or dead. And I was like, and if anybody just watched that special to the end of it before they went and saw the Blair Witch Project, they would have known that it wasn't real. The fact that anyone even thought that was real is crazy to begin with. But no, but it did. That's the reason.
But like, all this shit happened, and we acquired the film.
Yeah.
Like, okay, where you gonna get it? Paramount.
We just found it in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, right. And then we mixed all this sound in the background, and we made it look really
Our
good.
producer was walking through the woods one day, and he found this tape.
Well, who you're talking about, all of us and a few other people were all at one place, and they were playing. So I guess they were on like, you know, Jay Leno or David Letterman or something, right? And he goes on to tell us the whole story behind this movie, and he told us how this was real and all these people died and they found these tapes and all this stuff, and he was so adamant that it was real.
He's trying to convince you that he's standing there dead.
Yeah, but
I'm not
everybody
here right
was
now.
saying like, no, this is not real. They're right there.
That's
in
what
front
it
of
is.
you.
Yeah, that's what it
They
is.
were right there.
Yeah, that's
I looked at him covered in, you know, studs and spikes, and then I looked at everybody else looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah, you're dumb if you thought that.
Yeah, or just amazing, because it's fucking pretty funny to think that that's real and to let people know that you think it's real when they're alive in front
Dude,
of
we got to do something about this. The Blair Witch is in town.
you. Yeah, right? Go stand in a corner.
That's an unwatchable movie. Have you ever gone back and tried to watch it again?
Yeah, for a minute, maybe.
Nope.
Okay, so since it's Friday the 13th and we're just talking horror films,
Yeah, I guess that's it, right?
what is your favorite horror film of all time?
My favorite horror film of all time. It's got to be Halloween 1.
Halloween one.
Halloween 1.
Really?
You don't find that slow?
It's slow, but I think that's the whole scary thing about Michael Myers is that John Carpenter was so obsessed with like creeps and stalkers and like watchers and shit that the whole story of Michael Myers was supposed to be Michael Myers is the creep that watches you all the time. It just stands out in like your bushes and watches you, watches the girls. Just he's supposed to be just like a voyeur. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I get that.
you know what I mean? But that's how they start all of part 1 for a really long time before he even starts to kill.
Yeah.
He does all that stalking just for that one kill.
There's
you know
a
what I
lot of-
mean?
yeah.
That's sick.
A lot of fog.
That
in
is
movie.
demented. He's not just coming at you with an axe. You know what I mean? He's going to sit there and watch you do the laundry and dishes and every other fucking thing you could possibly do before he comes and kills your ass. He's like, I'm making a full report on this bitch before I kill her.
Yeah, I get. Myers was scary in the way that he was the closest to being a real human being.
Yeah,
you
oh,
know?
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
well, he was.
He doesn't die.
Yeah, right.
He's been shot,
Right,
stabbed,
he's
blown
not-
up,
yeah.
everything.
But
He's
in
not
the
supernatural in any
beginning,
way.
in the first film, we're we're just
he
talking
catches
about
a needle to the head.
right, but we're just talking in the first
Yeah, but-
film.
Right.
You could take a
You
needle
don't
to
know.
that.
You still think that he's just a maniac with a mask on.
Right.
You don't
yeah,
know.
that escaped that hospital.
Yeah, right.
That's scary as hell. And, you don't know he's invincible, but, like, he just keeps coming at you. you
Right.
know?
But
You
that's
can't
even more
stop him.
terrifying. Somebody who is not invincible or it can be hurt who you're
And you
shooting
can't
6
do
or
shit
7
about
times
it.
or something, and they're still coming at you.
I
like,
know.
I just shot this dude 10 times, and I'm still gonna get murdered. Like, what the fuck? That's more terrifying than any supernatural person.
Where they do that thing where they shoot him and then they're out of ammo, so they throw the
Yeah,
gun
or
at
just
him.
clicking, just still pointing at him with click, click, click.
What's yours?
Demon. I never really liked like serious horror movies. They just were so hokey to me. So I liked the ridiculous ones. So Army of Darkness by far.
it's awesome.
Yeah, but do you consider that?
Yeah, that's a
wait.
comedy,
So do you
though,
like
right?
you like Army of Darkness better than Evil Dead 1 or 2?
No. Well, maybe because that's where his like whole crazy personality
That's not
comes
comedy,
into play.
though.
It is.
So Evil Dead, Evil Dead 1 and 2, they were kind of like tongue in cheek.
I'm
but,
calling that comedy.
But Army.
Oh, I'm sorry. Evil Dead in the I'm talking about Evil Dead. Army of Darkness.
Army of
is
Darkness
the
is
Middle
part
Ages
3.
thing
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it goes
That's
back
where
in time.
that's
Yeah,
where that
sorry.
went like
Are
full
you
blown.
a fan of,
I'm saying Evil Dead. Then.
Are you a fan of Ash vs. Evil Dead?
Yeah,
I think
absolutely,
it's fun
man.
as
I
hell.
fucking love
I
it.
watched
dude.
1 and 2, and I'm like,
Yeah,
this is
it's
such a
great,
good idea.
man.
Such a good
It was a
idea.
very good idea. I know they're bringing back a lot of the old shit and redoing it, but this was a really
But you
good
gotta
thing
do that.
to do.
You
Yeah,
gotta do
and
that.
he's such a good he can't play any other character anymore.
Yeah.
He is Ash, so
Right.
you have to.
Although
just have
he's playing, you know what? I'm not sure, but I think he's playing Ronald Reagan on Fargo.
Oh, I could totally see that.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
All right,
Because
yeah, I
Ronald
can see
Reagan
that
just
too.
popped up in the latest Fargo episode, and I was
Right,
like, "Is
yeah.
that Bruce Campbell?"
I heard that. Yeah,
And don't forget about Bubba Hotep.
but Bubba Hotep is a whole different world, and it's an amazing movie as well. A lot of fun.
I just want to know one thing. Did you know about that day in Dallas? That's the best part.
What is yours, Devin?
This is gonna sound corny, and forgive me for this. And I think this also has to do the same thing as Nightmare on Elm Street, where the sequels got cheesier and cheesier and cheesier, and the character became like more of somebody that you would root for and everything like that.
Yeah.
But don't fucking rush me.
I'm not rushing you. I'm saying I agree with what you're saying. Yeah. Come on, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hurry up.
The movie that scared me the most was the original Child's Play.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, you're still afraid of it.
Yeah, it freaked me the fuck out. I don't know how old I was then. I had to be under 10 when that came out.
Yeah, that
right?
came out like 89, right?
Yeah, so fucking
89, right?
but the same thing, that movie was like dark and gritty, and Chucky wasn't a fucking personality in that movie. Chucky was just an insane
He
doll.
was Charles Lee Ray.
Yeah, and it fucking freaked me
right.
out.
He was that serial killer who took over
That's the whole
body
thing,
of
yeah,
the
it's
doll.
actually
Right,
yeah.
okay.
And then then it gets corny, and then he's in the army, and he's got a bride and all that shit and all that stuff. But that first fucking Child's Play,
He's got permanent scars and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, how's he gonna hide amongst other dolls?
when that fucking broad from Empty Nest gets thrown out the window, that freaks me out, man. Like
that was like their fucking advertisement. Their posters were her falling out of the window.
yeah, because that was the only close to a star they had in that whole film.
So they show her plummeting to her death.
The second sister from Empty Nest was the biggest billing of that fucking movie. That was another thing that made it scary. Is like it seemed like it was
such
like
a piece of shit.
yeah, random fucking thing, But yeah, man, I remember we watched that movie at a sleepover at one of our friends' house.
I remember it scaring the shit out of me when I first saw it.
Yeah, and I remember
we were young.
and I remember having to act like some kids were like laughing and stuff, and I was sitting there going like, yeah, no, this is funny, and in the meantime, I was like, fuck, like I'm so freaked out. So all right,
We gotta hide these dolls.
all right, so I guess in honor of my brother being here with us, I will tell this story in all embarrassment to myself. So, you were there
Oh my god, I'm excited.
when we were younger. I can't believe I'm saying this.
How old?
in
How
public.
old? How old?
We were probably 12. It was getting too uncomfortable age-wise for the way that I acted.
Right, I think I was like maybe.
Were we in
8.
Wildwood?
Yes.
I think you might have been like
I think
13 maybe.
we might have been 13.
I think
Yeah,
we were
'cause
like
it was-
12, 13.
we were
Yeah,
old
you're
enough
right, you're
to
right.
not have to be with mom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I
we
want-
were able to walk the boardwalk.
Okay, so let me set this
by
up. So
ourselves.
Seems like summer '93 to me.
Highly possible.
Mine and Dean's grandparents had a house in Wildwood that when they retired, that's where they lived.
Yes.
And we would go there every
That's
summer.
where you were born.
That's where I was born.
In that house you were born?
Well, I was born in a hospital.
No,
It wasn't the
in a band,
1800s,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, I was definitely
I
born
thought they got out the newspaper and the hot water, and you were right there on
wet
New York
nurse came.
Street.
in the
Right? Wasn't it New York Street?
I don't
No,
know.
it's West 10th Street.
West 10th Street?
Yep.
I thought it was like New York Street.
Anyway, they're not there anymore, but we went there a lot. When we would go there every summer and hang out, and Richie would come. You would come with us a lot
Every summer.
and and it was cool. It was a lot of fun. So we are at the boardwalk, and we're playing the stupid boardwalk games, and
Dean, the lucky winner.
yeah. So Dean is playing whatever. What was it? The darts and the balloons, or the fucking the ring toss or something, and he wins.
The frog on the fucking moving lily pad. That's son of a
no
bitch.
one's ever won that.
And
Seriously, show me a man. Show me a man.
and those frogs, by the way, freak me out. Like, I don't want to touch them.
I want to bite him.
But there are like bite marks out of them.
That's
because Rich.
RTG was here.
I want to bite that, and sometimes you go on a water ride and they give you that mat that's just like this foam.
Yeah.
I want to bite the fuck out of that mat.
We all had a friend growing up who.
When no one's looking, I'm gonna take a chunk out of that. We're talking biting mats.
No, okay. So can I tell this fucking story?
Please.
So Dean wins whatever this is, and there's a whole bunch of fucking stuffed animals and happy fucking things, and whatever, all these things.
Cheap stuff.
Yeah, that you would win at a boardwalk. And in the corner, there was just one old dusty fucking just sitting in the corner. There's not another one. Chucky doll.
And the Child's Play wasn't even written like the logo of the movie. It was like some random writing. Like
it was like a
Child's
legit
Play.
Chucky's doll.
Yeah,
Chucky.
I know, but there was something like
was-
different about it.
Yeah, it had a plastic head, and it had the rest of it was fabric, just like the regular doll. But it was an actual plastic head. It wasn't a cheaply made piece of shit like
It was a
everything
real-
else.
And wasn't the guy who gave it to you all creepy? And
Well,
shit?
yeah,
He's
no,
like,
He
right.
handed it to me really
But
slow.
here's the
Yeah.
thing. So Dean wins, and I'm like, Dean's young. He's like 7 years old, So I'm like, all right, sweet. I don't have to worry about that Chucky doll. He's gonna select one of these purple elephants, and life is gonna be good. We're gonna go get some ice cream, and the night's gonna end. And then Dean, like the little fucking prick that he is, looks at the guy and goes, I'll take that Chucky doll. And inside, I was like, fuck. Like, we're going to have to go home with this Chucky doll. And I tried to play it off. Like, I was so freaked out by it. And again, let me say, I was already at the age. Like, if we were 13 years old, then that was the same year that I started smoking weed. You know what I mean? Like, I was already.
I shouldn't be afraid of a Chucky
I was
doll.
already way past the point where I should be
That
afraid of a
is
Chucky doll.
hilarious.
But here's the fuck. It gets
Oh,
funnier.
yeah, it definitely gets better.
We freaked. That night I couldn't sleep knowing that thing was in the house. So me,
I remember that.
at like 12 years old, I fucking went and found my mom and slept in bed with
I
my
was
mom.
there. I
Pull-out
remember it.
couch. And Richie
I
found
seen
his
it.
way there as well. Remember?
No, I didn't sleep with you guys. I got up and I was like, yo, you know where Dev is at? And he's like, picked his head up from under your mom's blanket. She's like, he's in here with me. And I was like, okay.
I couldn't deal with it, man. That Chucky doll being there, and
Not only was there a Chucky doll there, but didn't your grandma have like this old clown that was like coming out of the wall? Like it was this big puppet clown.
clowns is another thing. All right, it's almost
That was pretty freaky.
It's almost
but I think
cliche.
you
at the-
moved it into another room.
It's almost cliche at this point, but I am afraid of clowns and spiders, and I know that's a big fucking thing. And I'm not like afraid of anything else, but for some reason, clowns and spiders just freak me out. And yes, there was a big clown there, and it's hard for me to watch Stephen King's It because the whole thing's about a creepy clown that turns into a giant spider at the end,
he does.
and it fucking freaks me the fuck
That
out.
would be right for you.
So, but we talk about that story a lot because
Yes.
everybody likes making fun of me because I slept with my mom I slept in the same bed as my mom when I was 12 years old or 13 years old. But here's the part of that story
That's not even the good part. It is what it is.
No,
You were a
that's not the
fucking
good
child.
part. That's that. But can I?
A very large child.
Whenever we talk about that story as a family and we all laugh at Devin, you guys getting your shots, I never told you guys the way that ended with that Chucky doll.
Oh, I know exactly how.
Oh,
it
you
ended.
do?
Yes, I came home and I was very, very mad, and my Chucky
What
doll was
happened?
in pieces on our
What?
back fucking patio, in pieces. Right? So
You
I
murdered
I
it?
come home to like a trail of cotton. I follow the fucking cotton till I find just a shattered Chucky doll doll head
Oh my
outside of the
God,
back door,
Dev.
and I knew he was
Dev's
afraid
in a
of it.
row burning pieces of it like, oh, stop.
Yeah, it was like a pentagram around it and shit.
Don't come in, Dean.
I used to leave this doll in his bedroom.
Oh,
I used to
man.
leave
Yeah,
it
he
on
used
the
to fuck with
toilet.
me. I
Like
couldn't deal with it.
You know, like it was, like I do with spiders now. The same kind of thing. I leave that shit just everywhere.
Oh,
so
man,
he would see it.
mutilated.
And then I was at school and I came home and it was just fucking.
I couldn't
pieces.
deal with it being in the same
Okay.
house, so I took it out back and I smashed it with a hammer.
Okay, I want to
Is how
know.
you use that?
Yeah. I laid it down on the floor and like they would do in a movie, like when they put like a fucking pillow over somebody and then shoot them.
All right,
like
you son of a
I like covered its eyes and just bashed its head in with a hammer. And let me tell you something, I felt so much better once
man.
that bitch was gone.
I
was
want to know,
pissed.
like, when did you decide it was the day? Like, you came home, no one was
It was
home,
bubbling. It was bubbling in.
You were just like, today's the day?
Yeah, I
It was
just couldn't deal
it
with
was a
it.
good few months after I had
He
it.
was thinking about it.
Yeah, probably. He was planning his attack.
That is funny as hell, man.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with it being around. Let me tell one more since Dean is here.
Destroyed it.
And Dean fucking with me, which he has done his whole life, is one time. Do you remember Lite Brite?
Yeah.
So
It's the sign. You write shit.
yeah, so I think they still have it. It's probably more of an LED thing now.
Something, yeah.
But back in the day, for anybody listening who doesn't know what Lite Brite is, anybody who isn't fucking ancient like we are, it was a light thing, and they were actually like Christmas lights.
Yeah, it was a light board, and there was these pegs.
Yeah,
and you would
plug the pegs in.
and you would buy buy stencils, which were basically black pieces of paper that you put over it,
Yeah, with
and then it
gray
would
line
tell you what color to poke in, and then you'd poke it in, and you'd finally make a picture or
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
And we had Lite Brite, and I remember I think I was a little bit older at this point because I was out drinking and hanging out, so I was probably like 16, 17, 18.
I'm
years old.
all drunk and shit. Ma, Dean's playing with my light bright.
No. I came home.
He found my weed in the Lite Brite.
I came home and it was very late at night, and me and Dean both had rooms upstairs. And I came home and all the lights are off, and I'm walking upstairs and I just see this glow, like this dull glow at the top of the stairs, and I'm like, what the fuck is glowing? And then I see the top. I'm walking up the stairs, right, and then I see the top of the Lite Brite, but I don't see the Lite Brite, and I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Dean made a Lite Brite, and he left it out for me to see. I was like, oh, my brother's the best. And then I walk up the stairs more, and there's the Lite Brite, and it just says, fuck you.
Yes.
He went out of his way to write "fuck you" on a Lite Brite and then left it burning for me so I could see it
Trying
when
to
I
wait
came
for
home.
it. He's like watching the light bright, like, please come
I'm
on.
considerate with my insults.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of planning because there was like to punch all those things in.
Send your friends a message.
I appreciated it.
That's
Okay.
cool as hell.
I need to buy a new Lite Brite.
Yeah, like I said, I think they still make them.
Yeah, man, we
course they
definitely
make
had
them.
like the coolest toys. You know what I mean? I don't know what kids do with the computers and shit, but like we had like
The kids with their computers, I don't know. They work for NASA. They make apps.
right. I'm talking
they
about
run the world.
I'm talking about using them as a toy. You know what I mean? Like whatever type of video game or whatever. Like yeah, you know, your good computers are smart. You know, that's one thing. But I'm talking about what kids have to play with, like.
They have
Video
amazing toys.
Really?
Like, yeah.
You've seen toys lately?
Oh, yeah.
Dean's a
good.
father.
I
Dean
forgot.
is a new
I
father.
happen to be a father. But when I am shopping, I'm always looking for toys for myself. I honestly probably have more toys than my daughter
Because you see
does.
shit and you want to get it? Cause
Yeah,
it's that
of course.
Awesome?
Yeah, and I have
Like,
like
one for
robots
you,
and
two
shit.
for me.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so like I had a good day. So I always look for stuff, but there is unbelievable
They
shit
got
out
awesome
there.
shit?
Yeah, it's
Aw,
insane.
man,
but
I'm
kids
jealous.
don't buy them and they do not play with them because they have their computer
Right,
or their
right.
video
That's what
games.
I'm
You know
saying.
what I'm saying? Or they have a cup to bitch about.
And nothing would. I mean, nothing could usurp the iPad. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Right, and that's one big thing with me is a lot of people I know with new kids, they want their kid to shut up and they hand them an iPad, and then they're like, "Yeah, we got 2 hours."
like a
you know what I mean?
pacifier.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. You know?
That's kind of sad, though. It's kind of...
Yeah, no, it's fucked up.
But here's the thing. Here, let me just to play
know.
devil's advocate on this. The only available jobs in the future are going to be computer-based jobs.
True.
So is it bad that a child starts playing with those things? Like we have, like our friend, one of our friends has a boy who is now, I guess, 3 maybe, and he has an iPad, and he's better at the iPad than I am. Like he's
Right,
just
I'm
like
not saying it's a
Right,
bad thing.
blah, blah,
I'm
blah.
saying it's good to have the
But
technology
he can't have a
knowledge,
good conversation with his friends.
I get that, but I'm
but
just.
that's going to eventually, over time, take over that.
Yeah, it's gonna
complete
burn
But
the
when
whole thing
he's
down.
older, the conversations with his friends are probably going to be through the computer.
That
you know
sucks.
what I mean?
Yeah, I know
terrible.
a 10-year-old.
Does it suck? And again, I'm just playing. I'm just playing devil's advocate here because I do lean more on your guys' side of this. But I mean, does that suck? Or is his best friend going to be some dude in China when he's fucking 15? Because
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. I'm just talking about like on a human level. It's better to be interactive with people than to live your life through a screen.
Yeah,
No, I get that.
There's people
know?
who won't. They could start this company or they could do something really great, but they can't take it anywhere because they're so socially awkward or so strange.
Yeah, no
They can't
doubt.
Talk to anybody.
No
to
doubt.
Either get their idea across or to build whatever.
But
it
Dev's
is that
saying
they have
eventually
come
that
up with.
won't even matter. Like your personality won't matter because everything's being done through a computer.
Yeah, that
You know?
until it all burns.
That's
down.
terrible. That's terrible.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I know it.
That totally strips you of an identity.
Yeah,
You're just
exactly.
You're a
You're a
fucking,
number,
You're
yeah.
a letter.
An IP address.
You're
Yeah.
your font.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Man,
wait.
I've never
know
seen
why I
anybody
said
get
yes.
so mad at fonts before.
Yeah, I think
What's
you're
your
right.
least favorite font?
My least favorite font?
Times New
I was
Roman.
gonna say time. Nah, probably Smart Gothic.
I'm not a wingdings.
I was
guy
going to
myself.
say winged. There's too many squares.
I never get that when you're scrolling through fonts and then all of a sudden some of them are just blocks. Like, why do you need that font?
Yeah, or an
mean
airplane and a
something.
skull.
I think that should mean something.
Well, that was the most exciting thing when we were younger, and you'd figure out how to make those symbols on like a Commodore 64, and
Yeah.
you're like, this is sweet.
Yeah, it was a capital N for the skull and crossbones.
All right.
I remember.
I think I had a 128D myself.
Well, happy Friday the 13th. Unhappy 11th year of ODB's death, which is a shame. Thank you, Dean, for sitting in.
Why, thank you.
Richard, any last words?
Nope.
We're 2 days closer to Christmas than we were last time.
Yep.
And I'm just going to say that everybody that reached out to us and me personally, well, when you reach out to the Awkward High Five podcast, you're just basically getting me because Richie doesn't know how to use email. But after that last episode, everybody who reached out wanted to make sure everything was cool. Thank you, and I know your concern, and it is cool. We're working, everything's cool. So I don't know. That's all I want to say. Is this a live performance? Kick it, Richard.
You were here, but now you're not in the clear, my dear. Hey lover, where did you go?
Okay.
And I'm not low.
Awkward High Five Podcast. You can follow us on Awkward High Five. That's HI5 Twitter. You can email us at awkwardhigh5podcast@gmail.com. And for all episodes and all ways to get in touch with us, just go to awkwardhighfive.com. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Even though my chest hurts, smoke you up. Get more pain, less, wanna smoke you up. Hit it in my best and I
Thanks for listening to the Awkward High Five podcast. For more episodes, visit awkwardhigh5.com.